G'day everyone. My name's Timothy. Welcome to our live stream tonight on Facebook. Thanks for joining us, everyone, tonight that sort of drops by. I am here, do not worry. I am going to let some babies out in a minute. But first I wanted to say we're in the bird room. If you don't know who we are, we're Queenslander Aviaries. We breed and raise all our own birds in Redbank Plains and Ipswich in Queensland. My name's Timothy. Like I said a little bit before, so we breed and raise all our own birds. At the moment we have some cockatiels and some conure babies. I'm going to let them out in a second. They're pretty raring to go. They haven't been out since this morning, so they're definitely ready to come out and sort of hang out with me, and I'm going to show you a little bit of cool stuff what they've been doing. G'day to everyone that's joining us. G'day Kate, Annette, and then Marg as well. Thanks for dropping by. At the moment, we have our birds split up into three. Obviously, we have our conures separate from our cockatiels, but our cockatiels are now separated into two groups. So our first group that we have on the end here is our weaner group. So 4 birds have gone into weaning. They decide that themselves. So when they sort of stop wanting to be fed formula, they sort of they will taste a little bit and fly away. That's a good indication that they're starting to wean. So they've moved on to weaning. So for everyone that's wanting them, they're not far away. These guys aren't eating any formula at the moment. So they're definitely getting very close to being ready. We are still waiting on their DNA. Usually it's back by Friday. So not too far away for our DNA. Yeah, I'll go ahead and let them out. I'm going to show you them as I let them out so you can sort of see what birds are ready. G'day, Tenai. Yeah, you like my shirt. It's a cockatiel shirt. It's pretty cool. I like it as well. So I'm going to go ahead and let them out. Probably the first bird we're going to get out is 298. A little bit of my favourite, cockatiel. I've got money on that it's a boy. Usually from that clutch there, usually boys. We're going to go ahead and I'm also going to weigh them as well while we're doing this. When they're weaning, it's really important that we weigh them so we can sort of monitor their weight. They'll lose a little bit of weight, but not dramatic amounts. So I'm going to go ahead and get some of them out. I think we might start with 298. He's pretty ready to go. Set up my little scales here. I hope you guys can hear me. Hopefully. Let me know if you can't though. So I've got my little clicker already. There we go. That's going to drive you guys mad, but that's all right. G'day, Camille. We'll get little 298. You coming, mate? Do you know what it is? I've got the clicker. They've never seen the clicker before, so they're scared of it. It's gone, don't worry. There we are. There we go, this is little 298. He was our first one weaning. He's probably gonna fly off my hand, just like that. They probably go crazy for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then they'll sort of calm down and then, you know, sort of start wanting to hang out with me. They usually do little zoomies and fly around for about 5 or 10 minutes. But I'll try and show you as many as I can as I get them out. Since our last live stream, we actually have more cockatiels that are in our fledging cage, which is the cage at the back. You guys are going to go nuts for them. They are awesome cockatiels. Really, really nice colours, nice mutations and things. G'day, Margarita. G'day, Denise. Pretty sure it's Denise. All right, so little 298, yeah, he's pretty cool, that little fella. So our next one is 285, another little pied. Nice little bubba. There you go, have a little bit of peanut. Put him up there. There we go. And then our next one here is, nope. You coming? You don't want to come? Okay. There we go. Yeah, you want peanut, you got to come. There we go. So our next one after that is little 296, a little cinnamon pearl pied. Cinnamon pearl, as I call it, it's a bit easier. Nice little bub. And then the next one is 297. This one has a pretty interesting personality. I would say it's more of a shoulder bub. It is a cinnamon pearl. There we go. Whoop. Sorry, mate. Have some peanut. There we go. So they're going to start sort of running around. G'day, Cherie. G'day, Sue. Hope I didn't miss anyone. Thanks, guys, for joining us tonight. We do have another live stream on Wednesday. Tomorrow is going to be a little bit of my break day. I don't have too much on tomorrow, so I'm going to have try and have 1 or 2 hours to myself tomorrow. But then on Thursday we're going to do another live stream at 8 o'clock. It's the most ideal time. Sort of everyone's sort of hanging out. That's little 298. He wants some peanut. So these are all our weaning babies. So these are the babies that are most advanced at the moment. These are the babies that are going to be ready first. Like I said a bit earlier, DNA should be back on Friday. If you hear this weird sound, it's the plastic that I've got at the bottom. I put plastic down over the lino because when I do big cleans like I did today, you know, when you want things to stay clean as possible for a long time. So we put the plastic down so it's really easy to pull up, sort of shake off and clean off really easily. And then we have this huge barrier around the cages of plastic on the ground that sort of prevents all those splatters and all those little flicks and things like that. So we might get little 298 to sort of come down, have some nut. Come down, come on. There we go. Have some nut. That's little 298. He's the oldest little bub that we have at the moment. A little pied. He's a great bird. He'll just chill out on my shoulder. Loves little treats and things like that. He's a bird that will want to spend time with you. He's not too crazy tonight, which is good. Makes me look good when they don't act crazy. Yeah, a great little bub. Coming along really nicely. He'll be a great weight. His last weight was 98. So that's kind of on the heavy side, but that's perfect. If the more they weigh when they leave us, it's the best thing. G'day, Nicola. Thanks, guys, for joining us tonight. I think we've got 18 people hanging out with me so far. That's really awesome. So if you've just joined our live stream tonight, my name's Timothy from Queenslander Aviaries. We breed and raise all our own birds. You're in our bird room at the moment. This is where we keep all our older birds, our birds that are fledging and weaning. At the back, we've got some little marine belly conures, and then some more fledged cockatiels at the back there, which I'm going to let out in just a few moments. But yeah, these are all our little birds that are finishing off weaning or sort of midway through weaning. This little one's going to come back down to me. This is a little 298. For some little peanuts. There we go. So these are the four babies that are going to be ready first. The other little pied baby at the back there, he only just sort of came in yesterday into the weaning cage. He just got sick of hanging out with all of the younger ones. Wasn't interested in formula or anything, and he hasn't been for sort of the last few days. His weight hasn't dropped off too bad, so he's definitely over to our weaning cage. So there's 3 stages. So obviously the stage that you're raising them, then fledging, and then weaning, and then there is another stage after weaning, and that's obviously preparing them to go home. That's when we'll sort of decide, say, if we're going to, if they need to get used to other types of birds, or we need to reintroduce things. If we know where they're gonna go, we can introduce them to a few new things. Like I'm gonna do tonight, I'm gonna introduce them to a clicker. It's a training clicker. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. G'day, Kaylee. And you see that he already flew away. He's dead scared of it. and that gets all the attention. They all their heads go up and go, what's that noise? But if I act really calm and collected and sort of not scared, they are not going to be scared as well. It'll take them a little bit to get used to it. Birds that are in here at the moment, they're going to get very used to the clicker sound as we start with our green cheek conures. But yeah, so these are all our little weaning ones. Thanks guys if you've just joined us. My name's Timothy. We're from Queensland at Avery's in Redbank Plains in Queensland in Ipswich. And we are in our bird room at the moment. This is where we raise all our older birds and then get them ready to go to their new homes. So I'm going to go and get our older fledgling birds now. So these are the birds that haven't started weaning yet. Are still taking formula and pretty much just learning how to be little baby birds at the moment. And like I said, they're still feeding them. So they're still on 3 feeds a day, these ones at the back. And then when they sort of progress down to having nothing and then going into our weaning cages. So I'll go ahead and start getting the fledging out. Hopefully our my microphone will reach that far. If I cut out, you know what the go is. G'day, Chris. Will I be at the annual bird show at Bodoza in November? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if we'll make it. It really depends on what birds we're feeding at the time. We'll know, say, like a week before if we are going or not. But it is really hard for us when we go to bird shows with hand-raised birds because most shows, the birds have to be in cages. They can't be out. And most of our birds, our babies are fully flighted, so it's really hard for us. And then we don't have any parent-raised birds, babies at the moment that we have for sale. We wish we could go, but sometimes it just doesn't work out like that. But you can see how easily he gets used to that. There we go. So he gets scared of it. I spoke too soon. I'm going to go ahead and get some of our fledglings out. I'm going to lead that up here. That's my little clicker, so they can get used to it. Chop some nuts down. All right, so I'm going to start with our first fledgling little baby. We'll go for some of the oldest. This one I'm going to get out is 299. I know exactly which bird it is. It's an absolute sook. Drives me mental. There's always one that drives you crazy. Definitely loves to talk. You can hear that. He does that 24/7. So this is a little 299. I don't even really need to look at the leg ring. I know which bird it is. Complete and utter sook. Are you scared of that? No. And not even the clicker will make it stop. It's a completely normal sound. I don't really hear it much anymore because I've heard it for a few years now. So it doesn't really bother, it doesn't annoy me like it would other people. But when this bird is ready to go home, it definitely won't make that sound. That's a feeding noise, so the bird wants me to feed it. It was only fed, what's the time now? So just after 8. So this bird was fed at 6 o'clock. Just over 2 hours ago. Its next feed isn't till around about 11:30. No, completely fine, great weight. So that's one of our fledglings. It'll just fly down and want to hang out with me. But I will move it away because the noise in the microphone will drive you guys crazy. So we'll see, put it over here, see if it will want to go eat some silver beet. Like these bubbers at the back here. Hello, mate. All right, I'll grab our next fledgling. That's a great question. So they're usually with the parents for the first 14 days. Depends on how big they are. If they are really big babies, then they might come out a bit earlier. But usually around about 14 days. Just because it's quite labour intensive to raise birds that are less than that. A baby that I get out in a little bit, I posted a photo the other day of the size difference of when we started raising it and to what it looks like now. It's not this bird here, it's another little pied one. I think it's 005, its leg ring number. You will see it's very, very labour intensive to raise birds that are from a really, really young age. And this little bubba is 294. Little pearl pied, cinnamon pearl pied. Some people call it pied, Lutino. Hey, you good, mate? Calm down now. It's a clicker. Or you want to chew it? You ready to go with your mates? There we go. That's another little fledgling that we have at the moment. It's one of the other ones that's a little bit older. So go ahead and get our next one out, which is another little fledgling. I think it's 294 that I'm going to get out. This baby's really nice. Reminds me of our first, one of our weaners, 298. Has a great little personality. Really chill little bub. It's another little cinnamon pearl. 295, so other way around. So that last bird was 294, this one's 295. Excuse me. A little cinnamon pearl. Huh? You cool, mate? What's this? That's a clicker. 299 wants to come back and terrorize me. Yeah, some of them you will be able to see that their crop, that they've been had a feed. As they get towards the late stage of fledging, that it does reduce a lot and goes very small, and that's why in the weaners you won't really notice it as much. But that is our little 295. What are you doing, mate? Look who it is, 299. Come to terrorize me. You got something all over your beak. What is that? Something. You're a fruitcake. There we go. All right, so our next little, some of our younger fledglings. This is the one that I was just talking about before, when you can see the photo of its size comparison. This is little 005, a little pied, and it's already a great little flyer. It's a sibling to 298. And the other little pied one that has the streak in his crest. And this little bub is ready to go. You ready to go play, mate? Yeah? 299 is going to terrorize us. There we go. Good little fly. You'll see some of them will, are still sort of learning a little bit, having a little bit of a crash landing, but they're completely fine. We'll just wait for this bird to sort of get its stuff together. All right, it's good. All right, so our next fledgling is some of our reverse pied babies. These babies are absolutely awesome. You guys are gonna love them. So our first little one I'm gonna get out is a reverse pied pearl. And it's 015. I've got a feeling it's a girl. It hasn't been DNA sexed yet, so we won't know in these results. It'll be the next lot. Where you going, mate? No? Oh. Come on, mate. Sorry about that, guys. If it's going to land somewhere, it's going to land on the camera. That's just how it goes, especially when you're working with animals. But I hope we're still working and everything's still up and going. So this is our little reverse. Some people call it just a really light pied. Some people call it heavy pied. This mutation can have a lot of different colours. How well? Oh, that's a great question, Margarita. So it mainly depends on the bird. Some wean really, really quickly, and others tend to take a little bit longer. Like that little Suki bird, which is 299, it might take, say, 1 or 2 weeks longer than another bird that is, really independent in personality and wants to wean really quick. So we just leave it down to the birds. We don't force wean them or anything like that. So it's sort of 100% up to them when they want to start eating food. From the time that we stop feeding them, they usually they have to go at least 12 to 14 days without us feeding them. So they have to have that little period in between time where they're getting absolutely nothing from us. and then they're relying on them eating themselves. Cockatiels are notoriously known to regress. It's called a regression. So it's when they think that they'll win and you think, oh wow, they're eating really well by themselves. And then say a few days later, they'll stop eating and then want to be fed formula again. It's really, really common with cockatiels. That's why we leave them that little bit longer. So then we 100% know that they're ready to go off to new homes. And it's like that with all birds. But cockatiels are notoriously known for regression. So we do leave them that little bit longer. But I'm getting back to this little baby. This is our little reverse. This is a beautiful little baby. Has a little funky little crest. One of the little feathers sticks up by itself. You guys can probably see that. Beautiful little bub. The only thing that I sometimes don't like about birds that are yellow or white, I'll tell you about that in a minute, is that you can see every little speck of dirt. And you'd be surprised, baby birds can be quite messy. I've eaten the feather. They can be quite messy, but as they get older, they learn to preen themselves a little bit better, and they do clean up. We give them little baths and things. We spray them down with spray bottle and stuff, so they do get clean before they go home. But you will see every little bit of every tiny little bit of dirt, and every time they eat something. Sometimes we'll feed them beetroot. And the whole face will be red and it looks like the bird's bleeding or something like that, or it's attacked something or been attacked. But no, it's just the beetroot that they've been eating. Same with capsicum, and then any sort of the fruits that will stain, berries and things like that. That is our little one of our little fledgling, beautiful little pied 015. That one is. Pop it up here. These guys haven't been out too much on play gym. They've mainly just been sitting down with me, but these guys are doing really well. I trust that they're going to go well on our little play gym. Hey buddy, I'm not too far away. Little 299. Yeah, you want to be center of attention. Hey, if I give you a nut, will you compromise? Will you compromise if I give you a nut? There we go. It's like putting a dummy in its mouth like a little baby. But g'day guys, if you have just joined us, my name's Timothy from Queensland at Avery's. You are in our bird room. This is where we raise all our little baby birds. I've already let quite a few out. I'm gonna go and get another one. This is another fledgling that is a sibling to our last baby that I just had, which is that little one of those really awesome little pied babs. Sometimes that reminds me of these, whoa, that was a save and a half. Of these like ice creams that you used to get able to get. They're like a lemon and something mixed sort of thing. But that's what it sort of reminds me of, like Clippos or something like that, or a Splice. It actually reminds me of a little Splice, their colours. But the next one's really, really awesome that I'm going to get out. Alrighty, this is our next one. So this is 017. You guys probably would have seen a video of this bird on Instagram. He's the one with the little teardrop spot underneath his on the eye there. It's like one of those prison tattoos, you know, when they got the little teardrop. That's what it reminds me of. And a yellow bird again, so it's very dirty. Excuse the mess. But on the back, we have a few little dots there. And then he's got one or two little darker sort of colours. As they get older, they definitely clean up a little bit more. But that's a beautiful little bird. Reminds me of almost sort of a harlequin colour. Very nice marked, very well marked. But not in cinnamon. There we go, he's giving you a little bit of a show. We'll pop this little bub up here. What was that? Someone's wrecking something. There we go. 299's back for vengeance. There we go. He's got a piece of nut in his mouth still. Don't worry, I'll grab him again on a net so we can have a little bit of a closer look. So this is our last little fledgling that we have. This is another cockatiel as well. I reckon this one's probably going to be a girl. Has that girl sort of personality in a cockatiel. But it's a great little reverse pied. Quite unusual. There we go. It is the third youngest, so it's still that little bit shy still of being out in the big bad world. But this is a beautiful little baby. I will bring it closer so you can see. I can't see what's on the screen, so I'm sort of just guessing here. There we go. Hope you guys can see that. You can probably see all the mess on it too. It's a little bit closer. But there we go. It's good. It landed. Like I was saying before, how sooky 299 is. Very, very sooky. They all had their own personalities. They're all completely different. Some birds are really independent. Some don't even like people. You raise it for, 8 or 9 weeks and it wings and it wants nothing to do with people. Some love people. Some sort of are just shoulder hangout birds. Others will drive you insane. God help anyone that gets 299. If you're a stage floor clinger, he's perfect for you. You can take him on dates. He'll help you get out. So we'll go for our little marine belly conures now. So this is 166. I'm guessing this is our little youngest little one. It's a little bit off. Not too long to go. I thought they were a little bit further than what they really were. Still sooky, huh? You ready to go fly? These guys will take off pretty much as soon as I sort of get them out. They do like really, really fast zoomies all the way around the bird room. They fly in between me and the cages and things like that. But they'll definitely take off in a few minutes. Won't you, buddy? Huh? Are you going to hang out with me? So they're still waiting on DNA from these guys. From our marine bellies as well, so we'll know. We've only ever bred girls, so we've never had boys before, so this year might be the year for boy maroon belly conures, hopefully. I did have a look, there we go, did have a look this morning. We still have, we have 5 parent-raised birds and marine bellies out in our aviaries, and then we also have 4 in another nest that I checked this morning. So we're having a great year for marine bellies. I absolutely love them. I'm totally in love with maroon belly conures. This is our second year hand rearing them. Last year was our first year that we've hand raised them for pets. Some really cool people got our babies last year, and we still see updates from them. But I'll go ahead and get our second one. Wait for this cockatiel to sort of find out what it's going to do. It's one of our little fledglings, so it's still sort of learning to fly. Whoop. I will just go grab it. Come on, mate. There we go. Hey, hey, hey. There we go. You want to go with all your mates? There we go. All right, so I'll get our next little maroon belly conure. This is our last bird to come out. All my cages in here. There we go. Whoop. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. There's enough of me to go around. They're fighting over me. Let's get this out. Yeah, green cheeks are awesome. Maroon bellies are awesome as well. But green cheeks have that a little bit more of an easygoing personality. Maroon belly conures are crazy. They are nuts. Aren't you? You're crazy. You're crazy, crazy, crazy. They love hanging out and playing and things like that. You can do anything. You can do crazy stuff with conures. The more you sort of time and effort that you put into them, playing with them and hanging out with them, the cooler they are. As you can see, these guys are pretty cool. These guys will do pretty much anything. But you know, they're such great fun. I'm absolutely loving with maroon belly conures. I love keeping them in our aviaries. I love breeding them. Hopefully, in a few years' time, we'll be able to add some more mutation ones as well. But we are absolutely in love with them. A lot of people confuse them with green cheek conures. I don't know how, because they look completely different. The cockatiel's giving you some, mate. There we go. Yeah, absolutely love maroon belly conures. So like I was saying a little bit earlier about our little clicker, this is our little clicker trainer. So we just get our birds used to hearing that noise. When we start bringing in green cheek conures into the bird room, this constant sound will I'll be clicking all the time. We usually do live videos, so we do some training and stuff live, so you can sort of see how we do it. Most of our little green cheeks go home, obviously being able to step up and step down, and then we'll do some other tricks like spin, shake, wave. It really depends on how the bird sort of responds to it. Some respond really, really well and that are really awesome at it. Others just want to do the basics. Others will want to just do you're getting too rowdy, mate. There you go up there. Others will just want to do sort of the basics. Hey, calm down. Just calm down, please. I've stirred them up. I've made them go a little bit crazy. But they should sort of calm down a little bit more as they sort of wear themselves out. Hey, don't bite. There's a difference between biting and play biting. Conures do use their beak a lot to sort of get around. So you just got to make sure that if you have a conure that you're not mistaking that behaviour for actually biting. When they bite, you know. You'll know when they bite you. But they use their beak for a lot. Sometimes people sort of freak out a little bit. Leave them alone. There you go. Go over here, mate. There we go. Easy. The clicker. They're scared of the clicker. They'll sort of calm down in a few seconds. But the next thing that we have on our list that I need to update you guys on is Amazon eggs. We have some blue-fronted Amazons on eggs, which is really exciting. We tend to do a lot of cockatiels and conures and things like that, but keep your eyes out for that. Another thing is that we have pineapple green cheek conures that have hatched. When I had a look this morning, there was 3 in the nest, so that's really awesome. We only have 1 pair of pineapple green cheek conures. So everyone that's got a pineapple from us, they'll all be siblings to those ones. And another one is that we have some turquoise yellow sides that have hatched. There was 2 chicks in the nest when I had a look this morning as well. So that's really exciting. So lots of green cheek conures coming up. I don't know if you guys have probably told you before that it is a really, really late season for a lot of breeders in Queensland. We didn't get our rain till quite late. And when I've had a look around, there's not very many babies around. And also the big thing is that we have a nest of blue or turquoise series green cheeks that have come out of the nest this morning inside for hand rearing. So all you guys that have been waiting for that, it has finally happened. There is 6 babies and they look absolutely awesome. Some really good news with those is that they are nest sex babies, so we don't have to have them DNA sexed. And what I mean by that is that with the genetics of the parents, we're able to tell the sex of the baby from what mutation they are. So this pair is the male, the cockbird. is a turquoise yellow side split cinnamon. So he has that hidden gene in cinnamon, and the mother is just a turquoise. So the babies that they'll produce is 50% turquoise split pineapple males, and then 50% turquoise split yellow side males. In the females, which is really, really exciting, and you guys are going to love this, and I haven't bred one for a really, really long time, is a turquoise pineapple. So if you don't know what a turquoise pineapple is, after our live stream, go and Google it. They are absolutely awesome. It's the really light turquoise with a really bright yellow pineapple on the chest, and they are girls. So 50% those, so turquoise pineapple, 50% turquoise pineapple, and then 50% turquoise yellow side. I think there might be one turquoise yellow side, but there is definitely 2 turquoise pineapples. Hopefully I've got my genetics right. We did know that they were able to be nest sexed, but it's really exciting that we got that turquoise pineapple. They are really, really nice babies, but there are 6 of them, so hopefully there'll be enough to go around at the start. And then we do have another a clutch of pineapples, and then another clutch of turquoise yellow side, and then obviously some more after that as well. And then also some more cockatiels have hatched as well outside. So we have some more reverses, but in a white-based reverse. Also, some babies came out the other day. There's 4 in that nest. So those guys are white-faced cinnamon pearls. And there is one that we're still waiting to sort of color up a little bit more. They're really nice birds. So they're like a pure white with a white cinnamon pearling over the back. Obviously boys will lose that pearling, or boys lose pearls in cockatiels, but the girls will retain it. When they're younger, it's a little bit easy to tell the wait for everyone to calm down. When they are pearls, sometimes they are girls. That's a great question, and people ask us all the time. Green in conures, are boys or girls better? Each sex has its own pros and cons, but in terms of personality, it 100% comes down to the bird. I'll have females that are really, really awesome, and then I'll have boys that are really awesome, and then the complete opposite to that as well. The same with cockatiels. A lot of people, they always want boys. Probably about 95% of the people that contact us and want boys, and that's the only reason why we really DNA sex our cockatiels. A lot of other breeders don't. If you don't know, DNA sexing costs a lot of money, especially when you're doing a lot of birds at one time. Our last, just to get the few that we did earlier in our last live stream, I think it was just over $160 for just those few birds that we did. So it is quite expensive. But in terms of sex in conures, the only downside is, I would say would be the females. Obviously you just got to make sure if they do start laying eggs, try not to encourage it. But if they are laying eggs, that you need to make sure that you're giving them lots of calcium, things like Cuttlebone and tonic blocks and things like that. But it 100% comes down to the personality of the bird. If you are looking for a particular personality, we're definitely able to sort of let you know what bird may suit you, or sort of what sort of personality. It's not till that sort of mid-fledging to weaning stage that we really get to find out what they are. Before that, they're just baby. They got that baby brain, so they're a bit all over the place. But as they get older to that late fledging to weaning stage, we definitely can figure out sort of what they are. So that's all our little baby conures that we have in the nest at the moment, and then obviously some cockatiels. I don't know if you guys remember, quite a lot earlier we had some peach-faced lovebirds that were on eggs. The eggs weren't fertile. That was really disappointing for us. So we sort of give them guys a little bit of a break, and we'll try again. Hopefully they will sort of sort themselves out, and he'll do his job hopefully. But it could be her. You know, you got to be careful what you say these days, but hopefully he'll sort himself out and we'll have some little baby peach faces. That's really, really cool. I like raising them. They're pretty cool little birds. I've raised a lot of mask lovebirds in the past, yeah, hopefully in the future we'll have some peach face lovebirds and the yellow ones too. So they're pretty cute. And then also we did have some pastel silver cockatiels, some white-faced pastel silver cockatiels, but their eggs weren't fertile as well. Sometimes it happens, you know, that was that female's first clutch of eggs. Even though we weren't going to hand raise them, we were going to let you guys know how they were going, and then obviously from there we can start hand raising them after their first clutch. But hopefully next time he'll do, seems to be the boys at the moment, hopefully he'll do his job as well. So and then we'll have some pastel silver, some white-faced pastel silver babies. The pastel silvers are a really, really nice mutation in cockatiels. They sort of look like a bit of a ghost. I call them like a ghost mutation. They're really, really cool. But yeah, these are all our little babies that we have at the moment. Hopefully little 298 will sort of, hey, hopefully little 298 will come down and we can sort of hang out. Tough nut but cuddly. So you want stage 5 clinger, and then you want something to sort of hang out with you. Yeah, definitely we can keep an eye out for you. You definitely don't want a cockatiel like 299 because it will drive you crazy. They've got to have some sort of independence, but don't bite. Oh, you were harassing the cockatiels, put you over there. But yeah, these are our little bubs at the moment. They look great. Everyone seems to be really happy and you know, sort of doing their thing at the moment. They are going to sort of fly around and go a bit crazy for a little while. But if you guys have any questions in our last few minutes of our live stream on Facebook, we will jump over to Instagram around about 9:10 as well. But if you have any questions, make sure you ask them now so I can pump them out and sort of answer them the best that I can before we wrap up our live stream. Our live stream also gets posted to our YouTube as well. So if you want to go back and watch it on there, it's a bit easier sometimes than sort of fiddling around with Facebook. It will get posted to our YouTube. Hopefully they won't block our video this time. They did try and block that video of our DNA sexing. I don't know why. YouTube does some funny things sometimes. But it will get put up on our YouTube. And then also, and then we'll do our Instagram after this one here. G'day, Freezy. Yeah, we do breed other birds. So we have Emu ringnecks. We do Amazon parrots as well. And then we do some other birds that are part of our private collection as well. We don't really share too much about them, but we do some really nice birds. A lot of birds that are they're a lot larger. The reason why we breed so many cockatiels and green cheek conures is that we enjoy it. I really enjoy raising them. We raise them all ourselves. And I absolutely love it. And if you're not sort of going to breed and raise birds that you don't love sort of spending time with and hanging out with, it's just going to become a chore, and you're not going to the birds aren't going to be the best that they can be. So that's why you see so many cockatiels, because I absolutely love them. And then I love conures as well. I absolutely love raising conures. But we do other birds as well. Some birds that people go crazy for. But we mainly do parent raised. But we do quails as well. A lot of people ask us if we do quails. We do quails. I have some cute little, some pied king quails. And then I think some of them are cinnamon as well, which are really, really cute. I think ages ago I posted some videos, or maybe this time last year I posted a video of some little baby quails that we had. Yeah, 299, it's crazy bird. But I'm going to wrap up our little live stream on Facebook now, guys. But before I go, make sure that you get a reminder for October 31st, which is our Halloween special. we're going to do a live stream Halloween special. That is going to be spooky and a little bit crazy as well. That will be on October 31st. It'll probably be around about 8 o'clock. That is our Halloween special. That's our special live stream for the month. Our live streams will start to ramp up a lot more. We do have another live stream on Thursday. Tomorrow is my rest day. So on Thursday, we do have another live stream at 8 o'clock. So if you have any questions between now and then, make sure you hang on to them and sort of ask them in our stream, or you can send me an email at info@queenslanderaveries.com. Make sure you check out our website too. I did take a whole heap of photos today. So a lot of birds had their going home photos done today, but I ran out of time, so I haven't put all of them up yet. Sorry, I haven't put any of them up yet. I'm still editing them, but they will go up tonight when I head inside. And then also make sure that you do check out our Instagram at Queenslander Averies. We post every day there. Don't terrorize the cockatiel, please. Make sure you check out our Instagram. And until next time, guys, have a good one.